Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest movie game nostalgia.com movie poster special. So you can see what we're looking at today. Another bigger poster again. The big one that's 26.5 inches by 19 inches or 67 centimeters by 48 centimeters. So again, another one that's quite difficult to frame, but great for a kid's bedroom or even an adult's bedroom if you like it. Why not? So yeah, the borrowers are the John Goodman, Jim Broadbent, Mark Williams, Hugh Laurie, Bradley Pace, and Deborah Haywood. So some good people in there, the Borrows, wasn't it? This is from 1997, of course. It was an hour and 29 minutes family action adventure. What is it? Well, I think we all probably know, don't you? But I'll just remind you. It's a 1997 British-American independent live-action fantasy comedy film loosely based on the children's novel The Borrowers by award-winning author Mary Norton, and starring John Goodman, Jim Broadbent, Celia Imrie, Mark Williams, Hugh Laurie, and Bradley Pace. In 1998, it was nominated for Best British Film in the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, the BAFTAs, but did lose out actually to Gary Oldman's film Nil by Mouth. So, as you can see, you've got it's a video box, which is nice, isn't it? That's the video box it would have come in at the time in the video shop in Manchester I had. It wasn't DVD then. This obviously came out, must have been early 1998 because the film was made in 1997. Some of the film scenes were shot on location in the village of Theale, Theale, near Reading in Berkshire, or Berkshire, where all of the buildings and shops in the high street were painted dark green. I mean, it's not the first time The Borrowers has been picked up and adapted. I mean, there's been a number of adaptations of it. In 2011, as recently as 2011, the BBC did a television film starring Stephen Fry, Christopher Eccleston, Victoria Wood, based again broadly. I mean, all these adaptations are based broadly because you can see by some of the reviews later on, a lot of people who liked the books weren't overly impressed with these adaptations because they didn't really stick to the book, but that's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, this 2011 adaptation was an hour and 30 minutes, and it's got a 6.3 out of 10 Internet Movie Database rating. So it was reasonably received, but obviously many compared that adaptation not so favourable with this 1997 version, even though you will find it actually score higher than this version on Internet Movie Database. Also in America, it was back in 1973. It was a Hallmark Hall of Fame TV special by NBC. And it was obviously adapted from the books again. And the film starred Eddie Albert, Tammy Grimes, and Judith Anderson, and was directed by Walter C. Miller. And that was an hour and 21 minutes. Didn't do great. He only got a 5.5 out of 10 Internet Movie Database rating. It might be worth going back and watching, but I don't think it's aged overly well. In 1992, I think the most successful and the most appreciated, the BBC again involved did a TV series, The Borrowers. And it was a miniseries first broadcast in 1992 on BBC Two and later on American television station TNT. Again, adapted from the novel and also adapted from the second novel. So we had two little miniseries of 6 episodes each. And it was The Borrowers and The Borrowers Afield were the novels, respectively. The film stars Ian Holm, or the series stars Ian Holm, Penelope Wilton, Rebecca Callard, and was directed by John Henderson. And the miniseries was actually named on the BFI's list of the 100 greatest British television programmes. So this TV miniseries got an Internet Movie Database rating for the first season of 6.9 out of 10, for the second season 7.7 out of 10. So if you've not watched the 1992 TV series The Borrowers, it's always worth going back and having a watch. It's really, really good. 12 episodes on it, and it is worth the time investing in that. So anyway, how did this 1997 version do? Well, the film received generally positive reviews upon its release. I mean, obviously, on Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 73%, which is pretty good based on reviews from 26 critics. The Guardian described the film as a spirited screen version of Mary Norton's stories about the tiny folk who live under the floorboards and of human scraps. Jim Broadbent and Celia Imrie are a joy as the parents of little Ariette. I mean, Jim Broadbent is superb, obviously, as always. Roger Ebert, in his review, described the film in the wake of numerous television adaptations as a big screen, big budget version with special effects so amusing it's like Toy Story has come to life. The charm comes in the way the Borrowers make its world look like a timeless storybook, and the physical humour are designed to appeal to kids. The look of the film will impress adults who know what to look for. So yeah, I mean, there's an adult element to it. But as I said, the Internet Movie Database only give it a 5.8 out of 10, which isn't very, very good. And it was generally unliked. And a lot of the poor reviews were just comparing it with the book again. So they were making, saying they read the book, they were disappointed with this. I've never actually read the books. So I went into watching these Borrowers things cold, and I've rewatched this again. I mean, personally, of the Borrowers adaptations, I've seen most of them now. This my vote has to go to the miniseries, which is a great watch. But as a one-off film, as a standalone film, this 1997 version, as far as this is concerned, I think it's really good fun. And on rewatch, it still stands up well. It's certainly far better than the 5.8 out of 10 mark on the Internet Movie Database. I think it's a great family film if you've not that you can dig up and watch with a new generation all the time. And it's only 89 minutes, and it packs a lot of punch into the 89, a lot of action, a lot of thrills. All right, not too many laugh out loud things, but I just love watching the little people. And obviously, some of my favourite characters in the Terry Pratchett books, the Discworld books, are the McFeagles. So I always compare these Borrowers people, perhaps not as brutal and violent, but to Terry Pratchett's little men in his books. So I do like this sort of thing. I gave it a rating of 7 out of 10 for the movie. As I said, if I went back and watched the miniseries, I would probably give the miniseries a 7.5 to 8 out of 10, perhaps even straight to an 8.5. But I think the Borrowers on rewatch is really, really good, and I give it a good, nice 7 out of 10 mark. The poster, this is what it's about, isn't it? It's a poster versus the movie. What was better? So obviously, on the crux of this special today, I would probably give the poster 7.5. I think that's a great poster. I really do enjoy that. Like that poster. It's got all the characters that you need to know, and obviously John Goodman is superb in it. But I think that's probably only just beats the film. But I would rate the poster at 7.5 out of 10, and I rate the film at 7 out of 10. So that's the battle of the movie and the posters. Again, the poster comes out on top. I think they're pulling away a little bit at the moment. If you watched a few of these little movie poster battle specials. Anyway, thanks for watching that. For all information on DVDs and board games, posters, etc., follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie. You can follow me on Facebook at Dinneen with links to movieGameNostalgia.com. My website, Moviegame Nostalgia, is also on a shop on eBay. So if you're looking around, please look out for that. Hope you enjoyed that. Please push the old subscribe button. That'd be great. Push the bell notifications. Any thumbs ups are always appreciated. Please, if you can just spare what's it take, a couple of seconds just to press the like button, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think the poster's better than the film, or what you thought of the film. As I said, there's mixed opinions. I've maybe something I go back and reread the Borrowers. As I said, I've never read the book, so I must admit, obviously time. There's never enough time. There's never enough hours in the day for work and pleasure. So I may one day go and read the Borrowers, or get it on audiobook and can listen to it while I'm doing other things. So I might do that. But as a standalone thing, I enjoyed the TV series on BBC, and I enjoyed this film tremendously as a standalone thing. And yeah, I mean, it's an adaptation. It's not if it's not true to the book, well, it's just an adaptation. That's what adaptations are. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today. Whatever you're going to do with the rest of your day, have a good one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. And I hope you can join me again for another one of these or one of my reviews soon. Thanks for watching. This is Dinneen saying goodbye.